Alright, so I think I did everything I need over here. Now I got a raft. And there's some points here. These guys don't do much, but if you get hit by them a couple of times, you notice because they take like a shitload of your life away.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're simple characters. They just float around. You can't inflict damage on them when their eye is closed. Oh, see that? It took 2 of my thingies away.
Thingies.
Thingy vision.
It's gonna, like, I actually want to play Breath of the Wild one of these times, just see your reaction, because you're gonna be like, oh, that's that character.
Yeah.
That's that character.
No, definitely.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
And I can play, and you can check it out.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone's picked up on it yet. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But Augie's playing.
Yeah, I'm the one playing.
Me. I'm just sitting here watching Augie destroy this. Not destroy. Is that the word? Destroy this game?
Yeah.
Tear it up.
Yeah.
Rip and tear.
I think destroy is appropriate. Oh look.
Have it your way. Good.
I am thirsty.
Well, you have a house, so, and there's water
Want
here.
to get some water? Maybe they don't have running water in these houses.
Maybe.
They don't have toilets. The toilet is such an important invention.
Oh, very, very. Running water.
Yeah.
It's such, like, just having a shower
Yeah.
and having water run over your body. It's such a new concept to humanity.
Yeah, but you know, you can go like get in a body of water and like bathe. Like.
Yeah, but having water consistently run over you.
Yeah. No, but I was gonna get back to the toilet thing. Like, it removes doo from your house, and that's very important.
Yeah.
Like, you can go jump in a body of water and bathe yourself, but you want to be able to remove the doo-doo from your house.
And and I think that's still very revolutionary for like humanity, because I believe the Egyptians existed for 3,000 years. I don't know anything about their toilet systems. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they didn't have one. It was like go shit in the woods kind of thing.
Yeah.
Bury your turds like cats. That's not just them. Not Samoan. It's the people that predated Egyptians.
Was it like Sumerians or something like that?
It's close to something like that. I almost said Sam Hain, but I actually can't think of it. But them too, you know, they probably didn't have a kind of like efficient toilet system, even though they existed for, I think it was 2,000 years. Their society existed.
Yeah.
And we've been around for, or like, our recorded history after Egyptian history is 400 years.
Yeah.
Right now, you know, and we're moving along quite nicely with toilets.
And I've heard about that type of stuff before, like,
Quite nicely.
like, I'm sure I learned, like, about when they, like, when they figured out how to do, like, a running water type of system, and it was a long time ago, like, but I can't remember who developed that, or, Nice! 150. See, that guy's kind of worth it, but he does that eye closey thing and shoots fire at you with his scorpion tail.
So if Link's like 12 or 15 here,
16. Get it right, man.
And he encounters a like husky-sized scorpion. That's fucking frightening.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. Like, people get scared about roaches in their house, you know?
Yeah.
People get scared because there's a bee next to them at a picnic table. And if this kid's like, I'm just gonna like call it a night in the cave,
Yeah.
and then there's a fucking dog-sized scorpion, that'd be terrifying. You could make a 30-minute movie about that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. That's terrifying. You gotta get some good special effects though. Like, I don't want like a dog with like spider legs.
Yeah, man,
tied
you
to
like
it.
you tie up some plastic bags around some stuff and like spray it with water and attach some dangly legs. Boom.
A little bit of liquid latex on it.
Yeah.
Make it all rubbery looking.
Yeah.
It's clever. I like it.
Let's see here. What do I want to do? How many times have I died?
Twice.
Let's see here.
I'm
gonna go for it.
Very, very questionably.
I'm gonna try to get my attack to 7. And see if I don't waste my efforts. I should have just been building up my life in magic. You think I would have learned by now? Oh my gosh.
What the fuck?
They're a pain in my assholes.
Yeah, grapploids in here?
Haha. I say haha and then dude catches up. Shit, nah haha, bro. Oh! Womp womp. I guess I had died twice. That answers my question. Let's give this another go round. Alright, try this again. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm not afraid of these weak ass enemies I encounter in the beginning
Meat wad.
part of the game. Yeah, right. Where's Shake at? Frylock.
I used to be able to do the voice. I actually can't now, though.
Oh. Your balls finally dropped?
No, it's
not yet?
forgetting how to, like... Not yet. No. Maybe a couple more years.
Yeah.
I used to, like, be able to, like, close my throat so I can make the sound of meat wad. Now I can't do it. I think it's just I lost practice or just didn't make an important thing to do. I can definitely do like high pitched stuff like Mr. Meeseeks from Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Let's see. What
But
else?
it's super annoying. I can't do that.
Yeah, please don't try.
Please. God, I'm right next to you.
You mean it's annoying to try, or it's an annoying voice?
It's annoying voice. It bothers me to bother people. So when I do it, people are like, "Oh, you can do the voice," but then I can see in the face like, "Please don't fucking do that anymore."
Yeah.
And I respect it. What other ones? I do like doing like Skeletor's voice. That's actually one of my favorite things to do. I don't know if you've seen like Skeletor's like inspirational memes.
Yeah, where he says something and he like runs away.
There's that one. There's one where he's just like lying on his side looking at you, like he's in front of like a fire mantle or something.
Yeah.
Fire mantle. Fireplace mantle. What I want in the next home, a fire mantle.
Fire mantle.
It's supposed to be like a fireplace, but instead of like there's a hole in the wall, it's just in front of a wall. There's a bonfire inside of a house. It's perfect.
Nice.
But I like mimicking like cartoon character voices. I used to do a lot of them.
Yeah, I think I used to try probably, but I was probably just being annoying. I remember like the first classic rock that I was real into was Black Sabbath because they're just darker, heavier, you know, and that's what I liked. So, and they inspired so many of the musicians that I listened to later on. My cousin was big into Zeppelin. Weren't really my thing. I could dig on some Pink Floyd once in a while, but Sabbath was more like my thing. And then years later, I've always known. It seems like I've always known who ZZ Top was. Like, and when I was a kid, they put out that album in the '80s, I think Eliminator or whatever. And they kind of changed their sound up a little bit, but that's what I was familiar with, and a couple of other of their really popular tunes. And then say like in the last decade or so, I heard some ZZ Top songs that were like so groovy and just like right up my alley, and I was kind of kicking myself for not paying attention to ZZ Top sooner. I had no idea that they were so good. But yeah, I have a lot of respect for Billy Gibbons now, seeing as how I play a little bit of guitar. And yeah, he's on my list of heroes, and when I was a kid, I didn't give a shit about ZZ Top. Because I was stupid! And then same with Queen, I saved a bunch of their stuff on like Spotify, and you know, some of their like lesser known tracks would pop up on my shuffle. And I'm be like, who the hell is this? Oh, it's Queen, and it'd be like an amazing song, and that happened a whole lot of times. So while I was all stuck on Black Sabbath when I was a kid, I was missing out on ZZ Top and Queen a little bit. Whatever, better late than never.
Yeah, I like to think of not just like Gen Z, but like also like millennials. Like I feel like some of them were like a fumble era, or like they were in a fumble era.
Maybe.
Some people weren't ever introduced to like Freddy Krueger or like Michael Myers, because, and it's not that their family was like, oh, we don't want to watch those movies with you, or we don't want you to watch those movies. It was just like the family was like, oh yeah, we weren't against it, but they also weren't trying to introduce them. And so like their family was like the environment they were introduced to, they were fumbled on. Like the music that gets played now, it's like, oh, where's that from? That's from something. It's the only reason they don't know it is because their family didn't introduce them to the culture that they also grew up with.
Yeah.
So like, if you don't know who Freddy Krueger is, it's because your family probably didn't show you the movies. But then they get surprised, like, oh, you don't know who Freddy Krueger is? You never heard Master of Puppets? You never seen this 80s movie? It's like, well, yeah, because it came out in the 80s. You gotta show it. You gotta introduce it to me, or else I'm not gonna know it. And their families don't ever like reintroduce those things. Like when you get into a relationship with someone, a lot of the time it's like, oh, I want to show you this movie that I love, and I want to show you other things that I like, and I want to show you all the things that I think are good or important to show to other people. Yeah. But I'm gonna show them to you. But families don't do that. Sisters and brothers don't want to hang out with each other and be like, oh, you gotta check out this. And there are some that are like, you know, I had a brother that loved showing me music, or I had a sister that was all about film and she wanted to show me the good movies, and we talked about Star Wars or something, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't have that. Sometimes you have, you know, distant brothers or distant sisters, or possibly even parents that were just like, you know, I don't care what you do. You probably don't like the same things I like, so I'm just not going to show you nothing, kind of thing.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It could go...
It feels like a fumble error.
Yeah, that could be part of it, but I think it just differs case to case because, say like, you know, I could see it happening either way. Luckily, for me, it's funny that you mentioned Freddy Krueger, because I remember being a kid and trying to talk to somebody about one of those movies, and then they like interrupted me and were like, oh, I don't watch those type of movies, they give me nightmares. And I'm like, oh, you don't have a sister that's 13 years older than you that shows you Freddy Krueger movies and stuff? Like, and I became a fan of that kind of stuff as a young kid, when a lot of kids weren't down with scary stuff. And Freddy Krueger, namely, was one of them. And also, that same sister, I got the tape Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet, with all those classics like shit.
I've heard that one. That one's a good one.
Shit by Bon Jovi. And the other sister showed me Beastie Boys' License to Ill, and that's still like one of my favorite albums of all time. And you know, it kind of shaped me, because I watched a couple of Bon Jovi videos when I was a kid, and they were on stage and people are headbanging. They're like flying across the crowd like on wires and stuff. And they were just partying, and it looked awesome. So it made me want to do something like that later, and now I play guitar in a band and have been since like high school, you know. And if it wasn't for my older sister showing me Bon Jovi of all things, I might not have pursued that type of hobby. And I'm very fond of like my mom. My mom used to listen to like Patsy Cline and stuff, and she listened to all the classic like a lot of Mexican music like Ramon Ayala and stuff like that. And I enjoy that stuff. I don't really listen to it on my own, but I always enjoyed my mom's stuff. My dad had CD case back in the day, and I used to go through that and listen to like Dr. Hook and freaking James Brown and J.R. Walker and the All-Stars and Marvin Gaye and just all this cool stuff. So I actually did like, you know, they didn't force any of that on me. My sisters like showed me stuff like that they thought I would think was cool. But my parents, I just kind of like went and discovered their music like on my own. And yeah, you know, I just took all that stuff in and it shaped me into who I am now. So
yeah, and another factor is self-participation. You know,
yeah,
you know, you have to want to learn about these things. Like me personally, I was introduced by other people, like, to a lot of pop culture. But there was also a lot of pop culture that I was like, oh, I don't know anything about this era, the 70s era or anything like that, or 80s era. I don't know enough about it, and I do like some of the stuff from it. So I'm just going to kind of do my own deep dive, and I'm going to go into it, I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
And that's how I got to know about Led Zeppelin. And, like, literally no one in my life listened to Led Zeppelin, and I was like, oh, what's Led Zeppelin? And I just listened to, like, all of their music just to find out what it was. Yeah, just find out, and it was awesome. The same thing with like 70s movies or even like 50s movies. Like I did watch 50s and 40s movies when I was real young, and I was watching like AMC and stuff like that. And as I got older, I was like, what other things are there, like, were there that I just haven't watched? So I'd go back and I'd like just introduce myself to anything that was a classic. Just watching like Casablanca and stuff like that. And even today, like Casablanca is like one of my favorite films.
Nice.
But my sisters, it's funny that you brought that up. I have 4 sisters, and my oldest sister, well, all of my sisters, on Halloween would get the option to either like go trick-or-treating or something like that, or not even go trick-or-treating, like, I don't even know what it was. To be honest with you, I don't know what weird thing they had going on, but they were allowed to go to a video store. Back then, in the 90s.
Way back in the 90s.
Yeah, there were businesses you could go to where you pay people to borrow movies and then you bring them back, and then yeah. So we would go.
I remember those places.
Yeah. It wasn't even like a big one, like Blockbuster or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was just like some small town video store.
Well, I mentioned Movie Time. That was like just
that
was a local video rental place.
I don't even know the name of whatever the hell I went to as a kid, but my sisters would rent all of the entire filmography of like whatever horror they wanted to watch that year. So I've seen every single Michael Myers, every single Jason movie, every single Critter movie, Leprechaun, Freddy Krueger.
Did you watch Leprechaun in the Hood?
Yes. Leprechaun in Space. Oh man. So I've been introduced to all of these films because my sisters were like, all right, let's pick one and then we'll just watch the entire filmography of it for Halloween. Yeah. And so that's how I got introduced to it. And I watched a lot of horror movies before I was even 10.
Yeah, same here, man.
Yeah, they didn't fuck me up or nothing. Like I feel like I have a better grasp on like
they?
Maybe. I don't know.
A better grasp on like real and make-a-believe, right?
Yeah, real and make-believe, and on top of like that's how it was explained to me, and that's how I explain it to like my daughter whenever she's watching something that's not even like violent, like it's just a kid's show, and she gets scared, and I'm like, it's make-believe, it's pretend, and it's the exact same way that it was explained to me, and that might not work for everybody, but honestly, it worked for me.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, I had like a better like grasp when it came to like how people reacted to things. It's like, oh, that scares you? That's probably because I did something like this and I apologize. Because in a movie you watch someone get scared because of the way someone did something. Yeah. And then if you do it in real life, that people probably still do actually get scared. And you probably shouldn't do those things. Yeah. So, I don't know, it helped me better interact with people because then I could know how to treat people and not make them afraid of me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And you know, it's funny, like I knew you were getting at that because I felt the same exact way, you know, like kids at school, like I couldn't relate to, you know, and I had no idea, I just thought it was normal that I watched scary movies when I was a kid, but later on, that's what I felt about it, that it, like, I knew it was just make-believe, you know, so it didn't really bother me. Sure, it was pretty, there was a lot of creepy images and stuff that, like I remember crying out of fear one time because I had just watched Creepshow,
and
Creepshow.
there was the
that's
scene,
good.
like the little story going on, like in the background, like the kid is like reading Creepshow magazine, and his dad gets pissed at him and like throws it away, and like the kid's like in his room, like it's like probably bedtime or something, and he looks out the window, and the creep dude is like all skeletal and stuff with a big old cape on or something. And he looks all scary, and he's like, the kid's all like thrilled about it. He's all like happy, smiling, laughing because the creep guy is outside his window. And I was trying to go to bed that night, and I was really scared that I wasn't going to see that same image out my window. And my dad had to like come in and tell me about that it's just a stupid movie, and that was stupid, and I should shut up and just go to sleep.
Ah, yes, childhood trauma. I remember those days. I wish this was whiskey. It's just water.
Yeah. Speaking my language.
Speaking my language. Down under. I forget how the song goes, so that's... You know which one I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, fuck. She comes from a land down under.
Oh, that song?
Yeah.
Well, I've heard that song.
And
I guess I'm not too familiar with.
he said something along the lines of, like, I asked for a glass of beer, and then they're like, man, you're speaking my language. I don't know.
Nice.
I hear that song a lot of the time, and it's not prompted by anybody but my own stupid like mind.
Oh no, yeah, that stuff. I like that kind of stuff. I was just telling my buddy earlier that the other week at like band practice, we practice in a garage, and it's summertime, so. You know, it's fairly warm out there, and
fairly,
and
115, just barely, you know.
And then somebody said something about the heat, and without, like in the same pause, like amount of pause, and like after my bass player and I both were like, the heat is on.
The heat is on. And in this scene right now, you're getting attacked by heads.
Yeah.
You're getting the most head I've ever seen anybody get head.
It's my only opportunity, so I figured I'd seize it.
That differently. My only opportunity.
I figured I'd seize the carpe.
Seize the carpe. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna get that as a tattoo, or I'm gonna have that as my gravestone.
Mm-hmm.
Seize the carpe.